What's up, guys? This is Big D, and once again, you're watching Big D Films. And thanks again for joining me here in the Shattered Glass Saloon. Come on in, have a seat, grab yourself a drink, and we'll have ourselves a little discussion. Today, I just want to talk to you guys a little bit about my love for longer motorcycle trips. But before I get into that, that kind of goes into a broader spectrum of things. You see, motorcycles has a little bit of everything for everyone. I think that's why I love motorcycles so much, and why a lot of people love motorcycles so much, is it has a little bit of everything for everyone. There's no real right or wrong way to be involved in this kind of a community and this kind of a lifestyle. Whether you're into the sport bikes and you ride for speed, or, if you like to just kind of take little afternoon cruises, or you just ride up to the local bar and back, or if you're kind of like me and you like to spend several days and just go and just get away. It doesn't matter, You can be involved in it any way you like, whatever your life will allow, whether it's with your work schedules and things, or whatever it is that you enjoy doing. You can do that with motorcycles and in this motorcycle community. And so again, for me, just being able to cruise around for a couple hours with some friends and stuff, that's all well and good. And that's what I mostly get a chance to do, just because of, the traditional, everyday life of the work and the bills and the, everything else involved. That's all well and good. But for me, I don't really get true enjoyment out of getting to ride my bike unless I can just get on it and disappear for several days at a time. It allows me to get away from all those things I just said. It allows me to, change things up a little bit. The constant, everyday grind. It just gets so, mind-numbing, after a while. The same thing, day in and day out. You get up, you go to work for 10 to 12 to 14, 16 hours a day, whatever it is, that you have to put up with to come home, and then you have the yard work to do. And you've got these other things that you have to do. And you got to make sure these bills are paid, and you have all these priorities. And it leaves such little time to really get to truly enjoy your life. I want you to stay tuned, because I really want to touch base on that in great length sometime later, but I don't want to get too far off topic today. I get to leave all of that stuff behind, and I don't just come home after a couple hours and then the regular life is just right in my face all over again, and it's right back into the same routine. I love being able to get on the bike, hit the road, and I don't have to worry about any of that for days at a time. We just got back from a 3-day trip in the Hocking Hills area of Ohio. If you haven't seen those videos yet, I'll put a link down in the description, and hopefully I'll be able to do the whole playlist right up here so that you can see that. You can take a look. I mean, we able to ride down to Ravenwood Castle, explore the caves in the Hocking Hills State Park. We got to ride the Triple Nickel. I mean, it was so much fun. And to be able to just get away from, the regular everyday life. I absolutely loved it. And that's just one example. I mean, over the years, being able to experience so many other things because of motorcycles and with the group that I'm with, being able to, even if it's just riding up north, up in the Upper Peninsula somewhere, get to experience, riding across the bridge, or riding H58, getting able to be able to see the pictured rocks, or something like that, or whether it's going down south and riding in the Smoky Mountains, getting to ride the tail of the dragon, the Rattler, being able to walk through the Wheels Through Time Motorcycle Museum and just get away and not think about all of this other stuff. It allows me to just really just take a breath and just get to enjoy life for a few days. Even if it is just a 3-day trip like we had just taken, just 3 days to be able to just get away and experience life for a change. You know what I'm saying? It's hard for me to explain. It's something that I think about a lot. I really wish that I could do things like that so much more often, as I'm sure almost everybody does. With the way that the society is, the way with the entire economic structure, how things are set up in this day and age and have been for many, many years, it's sometimes feels almost impossible. And, to be able to have these experiences and do these things, it's awesome. But there is some times where it's that day you got to come back home where you just think to yourself, man, I don't want to go. I don't want to go back. I don't want this to end. It has to. All good things come to an end. That's just life. But, but I think it also makes you appreciate those times and those experiences just that much more. I think that's partly why things like that are so much more special, is because it is just a little chunk here and a little chunk there. And as much as you'd be able to just do this all the time, does it maintain that element of being that special if you could just do that all the time? I mean, I guess that could be up for debate. I sure would like to try it. I know that. It wouldn't hurt my feelings none to be able to take a year or two and just, head out to the Grand Canyon or Mount Rushmore, or head to the Sturgis rally maybe even. I've said before, I don't know if I'd even want to go towards rally time because of all the people. I've talked about it in the Sturgis video. If you haven't seen that, you can hit that here. But still be able to ride out to Sturgis, ride out to the Black Hills in South Dakota, go back to the Smoky Mountains. There's some things I didn't get a chance to see, that I didn't get a chance to do. Head back up north. I've been up there several times, but there's still so many things I want to see again, or I want to be able to experience for the first time. Be able to head down south, even further south, Georgia, Alabama, Florida, right out to the coast of North Carolina, South Carolina, things like that. There's so many things that I would like to be able to do and experience, and where I'd like to ride. But I just don't have the time. I know that's the story about everybody, practically. So my point to that little ramble is it does make those times and those experiences and those memories just that much more special. And it's hard to, just sit back and not think about those times and how much you want to experience that even more. Hopefully, I'll be able to have a chance to do many more of these things in the future, because that is the type of riding that I like to do. That's where I can sit back and I can get on a road where I can cruise 55, 60 mile an hour, hit that cruise, kick my feet up on the, the highway pegs and just cruise and just forget about the world, and just experience what is in front of me, and just everything else just melts away. It's calming. It's soothing. It's relaxing. And I would give almost anything to be able to have more experiences like that, because Time is very short. I don't want, again, I'll talk about that in more detail another time. But, I absolutely love that, kind of riding. It's just, I think that's what I was built for. I know this one is going to be probably a little bit shorter. I don't want to keep rambling. I feel like I'm starting to ramble already. But I do want to know, I am curious to know, for you listeners out there, what kind of riding do you like to do? What is it that gives you that level of peace, that level of joy? Maybe you're watching this and you don't even ride. Maybe there's something completely different in your life that allows you to feel like what I'm talking about. Whatever it is, please let me know in the comments below. I want to know. I want to know, your guys' experiences and what gives you, that kind of peace in your lives. I want this here at the Shattered Glass Saloon to be a discussion about these kind of things. I want to get to know you guys, know my audience, and want you guys to get to know me a little bit more. So that's why I bought a motorcycle, was to be able to live, to be able to experience, to be able to get away from the grind of the everyday struggle. That's peace to me. So with that being said, I think we're going to end this one here. And again, let me know in the comments below what kind of riding you like to do, or if you don't ride, what kind of things in your life gives you that kind of peace and that kind of joy. So with that, guys, the Shattered Glass Saloon is closed. I am Big D. You've been watching Big D Films. And until next time, we'll catch you down the road.